100 degrees out. Ugh.
Yum yum, breakfast, waffles, eggs, and bacon. Thank you for breakfast. Forget about the coffee. This is my favorite here, Pete's Organic. My God, ketchup on eggs, that's what my dad used to do. So this video is just giving you an update of what's going on. As you could see, we've been having temperatures that were 100 and above. I think the hottest it got was like 102, which is really hot when you're trying to stay in an RV. Now I had planned to couch surf and stay on my aunt and uncle's couch, but as far as Jeff goes, it's miserable unless you're plugged in to stay in an RV. So luckily they have a huge L sofa and he's been able to stay on one side and I'm staying on the other, which makes it more bearable. Now, mid part of the day, it gets pretty hot, and even in their place, it warms up a little bit, but luckily they have air conditioning, which is amazing, especially if you're here in Texas, where it's humid and gets that hot. So luckily we've been able to stay there. Now, I was offered to be able to stay at my mom's place, but honestly, just kind of, I don't know, I just don't feel comfortable staying there, not after she passed, and especially since that's where she passed. So we've just been going over there to clean up and get things organized for, you know, things that we have to get done. So we wanted everything to be organized and clean. It's going to be a process and take a while. I'm not going to be able to stay here for the whole process, but I'm trying to get as much done as possible while I'm here. And her memorial is supposed to be on the 14th, which is in a couple days. And then her funeral isn't till, or her, when they bury her, I guess that's what they call the funeral, is supposed to be on the 23rd. And I'm going to try to stay till then, but right after then, I'm going to leave, so I need to let my sister know that that's when I'll be leaving. So if there's anything that needs to be done, we need to go ahead and get it done before then. We've already talked to a lawyer and gotten all that done, and we're moving forward with everything, so there's no problems. We just need to, like I said, get everything organized and situated, so that way we can take inventory, and that all needs to go to the lawyer as well. So yeah, it's just been just a lot of cleanup, so, and just trying to get everything straightened out. And the weather has not helped, being 100 degrees or more. Today is actually the first day that didn't hit 100 here in Texas or San Antonio. We've had cloud cover. It rained last night, which was awesome because it cooled everything down. So today was the first day we could actually be outside and not sweating to death. Because with temperatures that high and then the humidity level high, it's kind of, you know, unbearable. Especially that's why I didn't want Jeff staying in here. He does have a generator to run his AC. He does have an onboard generator, but he brought this little generator he just got. And it's definitely more efficient with gas, quieter, and it will run the AC. He doesn't use his rooftop AC. He also brought a portable AC that he could just stick in his window. Actually, these are just the vents. It's the one that rolls around, and that's been keeping his rig cool if he wants to hang out during the day, but he hasn't been. He's just been kind of hanging in the house with us, or either going with us to my mother's when we're doing some cleaning and organizing. He would constantly have to be running the AC because it is 92 degrees at night. It doesn't really cool down below 90 degrees. Well, at least it hasn't while we've been here. So, yeah, that's just hot and muggy and just miserable. So I didn't want him staying out here. So that's why he gets the other side of the couch, and it's AC, or there's AC running. So it's definitely more comfortable. And I'm so fortunate and thankful that my aunt and uncle have let us stay here during this whole thing that's been going on. Another thing that's been a benefit is I've been able to use my mother's car while we were here, so I can get back and forth between my aunt's and my mother's. So this is the sectional that we've been staying on. It's been really comfortable. Moo-moo's little bed is there. No, Kellogg doesn't sleep up there, but he's made himself at home. Haven't you, Kellogg? I think he's smelling for the cat. They do have a cat, and my aunt has been spoiling them with foods and treat. Yeah, they got chicken today. Spoiled. Just spoiled little monsters. As you can see, it's a pretty big L sectional, so I get one end and he gets the other. Kellogg, any mess? Moo-moo's got her little bed down here. I actually do not know what this is, but this belongs to my aunt. I don't know. But anyways, I just put Moo-moo's blanket in here, and she's been comfy. We've been here how long? About a week, I would say. Yeah, about a week, because we left Arizona Monday, and today is Wednesday. I think we got here Thursday of last week, so almost a week, but also including our travel. We have been gone from the property for a little over a week. Anyways, oof, there's that sun, that hot sun. But I was wrong. I guess we got here last Wednesday during the late day, so it's been a week that we've been here, and I feel like we've gotten a lot done, but we had to put a standstill on getting things done because we really wanted to speak to the lawyers to make sure, or the lawyer, to make sure we were doing things correctly. And we spoke to him yesterday, and now I'm glad that we got everything done, because he said, yes, you should, I guess, get things organized, so because you have to take inventory and all that's done, but I don't want to go into that. I'm just glad that we're starting to get things towards the end. Now, this is, like I said, it's going to take a couple months, because it's obviously falls on the lawyer side now to get the things done, but we've got what we could get done. There's just a little bit more to do as far as like organizing and cleaning up, and I'm gonna try to get that done before we leave. Jeff parked his rig right here, and it's in a nice spot. It's shaded by the trees, but if it's 100 degrees, it doesn't really matter. It's 100 degrees, so it's hot, even if it's in the shade. But like I said, today is our first break in weather, and it has cooled off since we got that huge rainstorm. It was kind of a scary thunderstorm. There was lightning and everything, and it rained for a while, but I was glad for it because of it cooling down the temperatures. I think today was in the 80s, so that was amazing. And it's still a little warm if you're in the sun, but it's not as bad as it was. Been taking the dogs for a walk through the neighborhood also. There's a local duck pond and park that we've been taking them to in the evening. We have to wait till the sun goes away and then take them for a walk. I think we went yesterday and it was 92 degrees while we were taking, but there was no sun shining on us because it's night, and we usually take them early morning. I'm still getting adjusted to the 2-hour difference. We've been getting up pretty early. My family gets up earlier. My aunt and uncle get up early, and they get up about 7 o'clock or sometimes earlier than that. But you got to remember, that's 5 a.m. I'm not used to getting up that early. I think the other morning we got up at, it was 6, so that's 4 a.m. in the morning. So, yeah, it's been an adjustment. And I'm trying to deal with it and get used to it because, I want to get things accomplished while I'm here. I don't want to just sit around and do nothing. But there are going to be moments because, like I said, the funeral's coming up, or the memorial, in a couple days. And right now, I think we've got mostly everything done. So tomorrow, I'm supposed to meet my sister to get that last little bit of cleaning done in my mom's house. And then we will be kind of sitting around. If I stick around till the actual burial on the 22nd or 23rd, then I'm going to have a lot of lag time there. So I'm going to have to figure out something to do to fill my time while we wait for that. But, yeah, we'll probably take the dogs again to that park. It's really nice. Like I said, we've been getting up early in the morning to take them for walks around here just to keep them exercised so they're not totally bored. Because back at the property we could sit and I would be doing chores or I would be doing stuff out at the property, and the dogs would just run free because it's 20 acres, so they could just be outside. But here there are or have been other dogs, neighborhood dogs, that I guess their neighbors don't really watch, and they come into the yard. So I don't want to just leave moo-moo out here. Plus it's by somewhat of a busy street, so I just don't trust to leave her out here. And I don't really want to tie her up out in the heat. So they've been staying in a lot. So that's why we've been trying to get them exercise in the early morning, or also the late night. Not late night, but once the sun goes away and the night falls. Beware of dog. This is my aunt and uncle's dog. He is such a sweetheart. I don't know why they have that sign there for him. Yes, you're such a sweetie, aren't you? He has such a good nature. Good nature, yes. Such a nice dog. Oh, look at you. You want to jump up there? Be careful. Watch out for those spikes. He does like attention, though. Want to say hello to people? Say hi, huh? Anyways, I just basically wanted to give y'all an update of what's been going on. It's definitely been a busy week, but I'm glad it has been. It's kept my mind off of things, and I was able to focus on different things and get things done. I feel like I got things accomplished along with my family, and we were able to just hang out and, we were telling stories about my mom and, things she used to do, just remembering her. And it's been nice to hang out with my family and remembering my mom. So, yeah, we're probably going to take the dogs, like I said, to the park. So I might take y'all along with me. Ooh, homemade pot pie. Yummy. Well, it's already 6 o'clock, and normally we don't go to the duck park until about 8 o'clock when it cools down and there's no sun. But since today is cooler, I think we can go ahead and head over to the park and just check that out. One good thing about this car, it's a newer car and the AC works amazing. And it is 88 degrees outside. It did just say 89, so it dropped a degree. And Jeff was just telling me that fortunately this weather's supposed to last through the weekend, which is amazing. We need a break from the awful hot temperatures. I remember the last time I was here, I was able to leave moo-moo outside, but it was also during the winter time and it was cooler, or maybe the fall, and there weren't as many wandering dogs. Or I didn't notice them because she liked hanging outside a lot. Speaking of dogs that just wander, there goes one right there. One thing that's awful about big cities like this is the traffic. Now, fortunately, my sister lives outside of town and it's not bad where she is, but my aunt and uncle where we're staying actually live right at the edge of San Antonio, probably a couple miles from the city limits, and traffic's pretty horrendous, or can be from time to time. Today doesn't seem too awful bad. It's the intersection behind us that hits 1604 that can get really jammed up. Well, I forgot moo-moo's harness, so I have to wrap her leash around her. We made it here, moo-moo. We're here at the duck pond. It's that big circle that goes around. Normally there are tons of ducks, but I don't see a lot today. They're usually further on that shore. Yeah, even across the way I don't see as many as there are usually here. I mean, this place is usually covered, unless they're on the very far side or in the water. Okay, yeah, there's a lot more over here. I think someone's feeding them over there. But normally, this is how it is usually around the whole pond. Like that group over there. Are you trying to blend in with the ducks there, Crackle? You're not a water bird. Be careful. Yeah, here they are. There's a lot of them. Back to my mother. One thing that we're going through is that this is a helpful advice for some of y'all wondering about wills and stuff. Is that if you don't specify in the will and you just kind of say, you know, you put someone's name in it, like my sister and my name are both on the will, but there was nothing specific, like this goes to this person or this goes to the, or they have to split it. Nothing was specified like that, so it still has to go through probate, which is annoying because that means you have to hire a probate lawyer. Ow, something bit me. And it makes it way more complicated and a much longer process. So if you're thinking about a will, definitely specify who things go or what things go to who. That way it doesn't have to go into probate. We just did a loop in this neighborhood because unfortunately the park's loop is kind of on the small side, so you just have to kind of go in circles. And I find it more enjoyable to make a big loop using the neighborhood. Moo-moo, did you enjoy the walk, honey? Look at your leashes hanging off your butt. Alright, we're almost back to the car. They have this huge covered basketball court here, which is pretty neat. Guess it keeps the sun off of you. Speaking of that, thank God, shade. Yeah, the sun's intense sometimes. Alright, inside Moo-moo. I've been trying to keep the car as clean as possible. I've been covering the seat. Go, Kalaga. Good dogs. Alright, let's have some AC. You hot puppies, I know. Like I mentioned before, it was overcast earlier today, but since the sun came out, it's gone up to 91 degrees. And it's already almost 7 o'clock, so you think it'd be cooling down, but no. That neighbor right there has horses. I think that's so cool. There's 3 right there. That's awesome. Okay, well, I'm just gonna chill the rest of the day, probably get this video edited so I can share it with y'all. And then I've got to get up tomorrow early and go meet my sister at my mom's house and get the last bit done. So I might bring y'all along with me for that. I'm not sure yet. It's been hard for me to share certain things, so. Remember, you still hot, huh? It took you a second to cool down? Huh? Want to get in front of the fan? Look at Kellogg. He's actually smart and sitting in front of the fan. Move, you get over there. Well, if you want to check out more videos, they'll be right over here. And if you want to subscribe, you can do so there. Or check out Patreon. We'll see you next time. Mwah. Bye for now.